file.
Can you be a little louder, please?
Yeah, sure. Uh, let's start a project with this template file, and let's go to this manage, and let's choose Dynamo, and let's create a new Dynamo file there. Okay, so today we are going to execute grids. In the last classes, we have learned how to create points and how we can connect them with line option uh, by start point and end point, and with some code blocks also we have uh, learned to create some nodes there. So we will use them to create grids, as because in Revit that is our first task. So let's do with that basic thing. So first, what I need is let me find out grid. Okay. So here I'm going to choose this one. Okay. So here you see that I have selected one grid by line. Okay. So the by all the lines, it will create some grids. So this will be the final output. So then what I need as an input as line, right? So I will take line, line by start point and end point. Yeah, we have this, right? So we will connect this to this, but we don't have any points over there. We don't have any start point or end point. So we need points, right? So we will create some points over there. Okay, so we will create some points. So we all know how we can create multiple points together. So for that we have a range. So we can choose that range, or else we can create uh, with code blocks, right? So in the last class we have seen how we can create code blocks. So let's go with the first. Uh, Start number will be 0, double dot, and then uh, let me go with hash x. That will be uh, your what is end end number, and then double dot hash y. That will be your step value, right? Now I need input for x and y. Now let's go with the number slider, or else we can normally go with a number. So if I go with the number, it will be too manual to type all the numbers for each and every time, for every change, every single change I have to type. So better we go with number slider. Do you want to ask anything?
So hash is for what?
Hash is for as because this is as a x. I'm putting it as a x. Uh, so that's why. Like if I go for step value or end, then I don't have to go with this x hash.
So these codes like when to use dots, when to use hash, you give.
Uh, that I really don't have any answer for that.
Okay.
Uh,
Actually, this is these are the codes. Like in
right.
language, in C language or
Mm.
Python language, we use the language.
Yes,
This is
these
the
are the
system.
codings.
System.
Yes, this is how it is generated. So actually, I have to know the program that I really don't know. So like,
Exactly, sir.
No, I'm saying these are codes I know like hash and but when to use like now how you're using zero then two dots then hash and x. So how will we understand? is what I'm asking.
Yeah, currently I don't have that answer. I will try to find out that, and I will definitely tell you.
Okay.
Okay, so let's put the x value and the y value there. Uh, so let's go for number slider there, search for it, or you can take integer slider as well. So let's take integer slider. Okay. Because I don't need any fraction, so I'll choose integer slider, and there you can define uh, the maximum steps, sorry, the maximum number how it will reach, and what will be the minimum and the step in between. So let's go with the 0, and that everything is okay. You can give 1000 as well. So if you need like that, I think 100 will be enough. And if you need, if you are working with a bigger project, you need that, so you can define also. So let me sorry, 100, and let me connect with this. And after that, go to y. So if we're going to decide the y value, here you can give the name for this rather than integer slider. So here you can define like your vertical number of vertical grids or number of horizontal grids. You can name like this for this. So this can be done for each and every one, so that you can easily identify what is the purpose for this number slider, why you are using this. Suppose you are using so many nodes, and it can be really confusing sometimes if you have bigger nodes. So why you are using this, you have to remember, or better you go for this name, so you can identify why you are using this number slider and then this one. Okay. For the next one, let me go for this, and uh, let me go for number slider. Number slider. So for this, you can give like, the minimum will be 1, and what will be the step. So that is okay. 0, 1, that is okay for me. And let connect it. And now let me just show you this one. And now I don't have any list over there. So just let me increase this, and here you can see. So the here let me go for 10. So you see from 0 to 9 is 10 number, and the step, that is your y, that is the step value. You remember from the last class, that is you have defined. You remember that I was using this as the step value, and there is 33.8 over here. Let me go for 35. And here you can see, and it goes like this. Okay. So you can use it, and then define your start points, and we will define your start point and end point. So for that, what I'll do is I'll create point. So for that, let's go for point. Just a second.
This number slider can be directly joined to that start point and end point. No? Why we need code block?
Because I'm going to create range. So this will be one single point. If you connect this number sliding, this will be one single point.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
To this point, point by coordinates. Sorry, point by coordinates. Let's go with this x and y only. Don't need in z direction. I will not place my feeds in z direction there. So here you can see that this is your point and you need x and y value. If you connect this x and y, so this will be the only single number for you, x and y. Now I need like this whole number, all the list of this number in the x. Let me go for control B and paste. So all the points are created, right? Now if you go for this change, and that is reflected, right? And how many number you can increase the number and decrease the number with this number of particular grids. So we will connect another point. So for that, let me create another that will be place them, and let me create another number slider. So so for this, let me name this. Vertical grids. Okay. And then for the y, so that will be your let's say that will be your length for your vertical grids. So this will be the length for the vertical grids. Okay. So for that I need another point. I need to create another points. So that I will go for, let's copy this, Control C, Control make it running to this. We go for number sliders, name it. I didn't name it. Okay, sorry. So that will be uh, length of vertical grids. Set. And this is your point by coordinates. And let me place it over there. So here you can see that one point is created at this point, right? And now let me connect with this. So now we have this much of list, and that will be the length of your vertical grids. That will be the position, all this range. So that will be same right? Here you can see if you go for these changes, it is visible, right, for everyone.
Yes.
Right. So here you can see that within this you can control all the points over there. So you create another point, and within this you have connected this range, and this range is controlled by this number and integer sliders. The number of points is controlled, and the distance between them is controlled, and the distance between these vertical grades. So we will connect them as point, start point, and then end point. Now you can see, right? So here you can increase this one, like length can be up to 10,000. There you can increase this. Okay. So here it is reflected all the grids. So let me just change the scale. 1:2. So here you can see, right? It is there. Now let me just hide this one. Right click and hide geometric preview, and here it is, run complete. So this is a pure grid line right now. Okay, and right click, show geometric preview. Now we want all of them as a horizontal plane. Right. So for that, what we'll do is let me uh, let me select all of them, and let me go for group by key, group by function that I can choose. Let me right click and create group. So let me have a title over there, like vertical grids. Okay, so we have this one, and right click, and you can change the color for this. You can delete the group, you can ungroup, and you can go for this ungroup, you can go for font size there. Right, so let's go with this color. So now you can easily select all of them. They are grouped right now. You can go for ungroup again, like this. So, okay, so now let me select it, Control C, and so they are paste. And now let me go with this horizontal grids. Okay, now for this horizontal grid, this one will be connected to this. Just a minute. And this will be connected to Y, and this will be connected to Y as well. Okay, so and this one will be connected to This one will be connected to like this. It will be connected to y here, and here you can see that these are your vertical, sorry, horizontal grids. Okay, so now you can change the length over there like this. You can change, and also you can change the length for your vertical grids like this. Okay, so that is whatever. All right. Now let me just ungroup. I'll group them again. No worries. Let me go for control. And here you can see this is the grid, and Revit as well. You can see it. Okay. Now let me come to this dynamic B and control B. So now you see that this this point are similar, right? So for this vertical grid and this horizontal grid, the points are similar at this start point. So you can give some offset over there. So for that, we go for here. You can see it as well. So for that, let me go with this code block there. Let me go for x plus y plus y there, and you can create an offset value there. Uh, like number slider, you can go for number slider or integer slider. So let's go with the number slider. Number slider there. Okay, and what would be your minimum number? So minimum, let's go with one, and let's go for this step that would be 0.5. Okay, I don't want to go below that, so I will set like this, and we go with this here. Okay, and then how it will be like, it will be like this. So you can choose either X or either Y. This. So this one is connected towards Y, right? So let me connect to X there, and let me unconnect this. Let me unconnect this, and fix it. We connect this, and let me change this. So you can see that it's moving right now, and it's working. Just I have to connect this Y over there. So Okay, so it will be connected like this, this to Y and this to Y and this to X, like this. Okay, and here you can see the gap, right? So you can do this similar towards this. You can do this. Okay, so the number slider is working perfectly there, right? And now this one you can give like the name, uh, gap offset or gap value, in horizontal and vertical grid. Okay, now let's go for this in code block x plus y and semi-comma outside, and there you need one value over there. uh, go for it. Number slider you need, search for it, number slider, make it to x, and it will be the minimum. Let's match with that. Or else what you can do is, rather than defining a new number slider, you can attach with the same. So that will be, so you don't have to work with another, like you can connect with this. Okay, like this. So that will be the same when you move this, so it will be reflected there also. So let's go with this code block there, and there will be new value connected, new x value. So the new x, there will be new x value. Okay, just let me check it. All right. Okay, so it's really a bit confusing, but just you find out right that this number is connected to this, and then you have defined this code block, and this range is connected to this x, and this is connected to this x, and this code block is connected to this x, and this one, this length is going towards y, so that will be connected to y, and this is the endpoint. Okay, so I hope you understand this. This one, and if you change this, so the gap will be similar for each and every one. Okay, the length can decrease it, and the length for your grids. So that is your horizontal grids. Here I have to change these things. Number of horizontal grids. Distance between horizontal. Double click. Set. And this is okay. All right. And after that, you can save this. Go for save, like grid, and that you can run for each and every project. Creating all the grids will be easier after this. So this is your like one-time investment. You have to invest only one time, invest your time only one time, and after that it will give you result. You will get all the result. So I'm not going to save it. That's all. Practice this one for today. Okay. Uh, I hope it's clear for everyone. Because